Hello incredible starseeds, Alexander Quinn, Starseed Navigating the Light. Now I came up with a slightly more dramatic intro today because I really want to impress upon some of the newer souls who are just coming into this idea of ascension that you are an eternal soul. You are part of Creator, you're part of the universe. When people have an NDE, a near-death experience, they leave their body and they suddenly realize they're part of the whole, they're part of the universe. They could feel, see, hear everything. And there's a couple of you still a little bit stuck thinking that ascension is just this little thing that's happening on Earth. So the first video, part one of this, was a little bit about the science of it from an Earth perspective. In this video, I want to give you the universal galactic God's creator source perspective, because you are part of God creator source. Ascension is affecting what's happening in parts of the universe, not just on Earth. So I want to uncover a few facts on that. Let's go straight into it, and I'm going to do a little bit of narrative. Every universe, every galaxy, every being is created with a program for expression and experience for consciousness and a path of return to the source creator, which is called the plan. Each is unique and, in a sense, an experiment. Once set in motion, the God Creator normally does not interfere but recedes to witness in order to know itself. So without these sources available to us now, we are left with what has been given to us, either telepathically or in direct contact with ETs with varying intentions and agendas, or from higher dimensional beings who generally are interested in our survival and awakening to join the galactic community of evolving intelligent species. ET civilizations have different ways of telling time, thus tracking history, based on life cycles rather than orbital periods. ETs are either positive, serving the light, or negative, serving their dark self-interests. The negative operate a control agenda to keep humanity from advancing, and do not want us to know our true potential and history. If we were to awaken to our true nature and potential as spiritual beings, we would not tolerate their mind control games. Positive ETs hold back because of the non-interference rule and wait for our request for assistance. Those in between are here to witness the ascension event or to harvest our DNA for hybridization experiments. In our duality universe, the specifications include 12 dimensions, duality, frequency, and certain universal and systemic laws, one being free will choice. Our history, then, is a record of how that plan unfolded, the sequence of choices made, causes, and effects. With the initial separation of light and the dark, a history of conflict was set in motion that was leading the part of this universe into a state of chaos and destruction that was affecting other universes of creation, requiring an ad hoc adjustment in the plan. This activity of the fallen dark was causing an unanticipated major disruptions, i.e. imbalances in the Creator's plan. The Empire had taken free will beyond the bounds of possibilities and had run amok, requiring some ad hoc adjustments lest the whole universe fall into some type of chaos. Free will is a risky business. The prime directive is the return to source over cycles of existence, but duality allows us free will, choice of the path of evolution, growth, experience, and learning. With the fall of the Empire, the plan for Earth was modified. It was to become a grand experiment in spiritual evolution, blazing a fast-track return to source whilst redeeming the fallen light and rebalancing the karma of the galactic wars, otherwise known as the Orion drama or Orion Wars, which would be replayed over and over on Earth otherwise. As a planet of unsurpassed beauty in the galaxy, Earth holds a special place in the experiment in spiritual evolution that could change the entire universe. A call for volunteers went out again, and the first wave of souls arrived, the 144,000. They would become the humanity of Earth. The Creator made a covenant with them for their services. The conditions of agreement, or a sort of rules of the game, had to be played. This adventure serves a great service to the Creator's plan, with all the rewards that entails, and it also serves as an unparalleled opportunity for fast-track personal spiritual growth available nowhere else in the galaxy. Earth would be the hardest school in the galaxy, and its graduates would be highly respected and sought after by worlds transitioning through the dimensions. Earth is a conscious being in service to this plan. as all humans and all stars and galaxies are. Earth is evolving with humanity. As humans move into higher dimensions, Earth is ascending and leaving her physical body and will become uninhabitable in the third dimension. Humans developed a physical body along the genetics of the human archetype, combining the genetics of 22 or more of the most advanced races in this galaxy, otherwise known as the Milky Way. This afforded humankind the highest possible spiritual powers and qualities needed for the task. Codes for the universe are recorded in human DNA. Such knowledge gives humans the potential for interstellar, interdimensional, and time travel using just the physical body without technology. Also, human light energy bodies are encoded with the knowledge, laws, harmonics, and experiences of the entire universe in a microcosm which is projected to the outer sheaths of the aura. Human DNA is of such advancement that humans are considered royalty by those ET races that know. Humans were created to be peers of Creator, equal and identical in every aspect, and are evolving to become creators of universes themselves. Those souls that agreed descended from an angelic state, not fully realizing what they were getting into. Protection from outside interference didn't work quite as well as it was supposed to. The Dark did not follow the agreement but continued to usurp human free will through genetic engineering and mind control. A cabal was created by the Dark to rule the Earth for them through a hierarchy of elite families generation after generation. Outsiders, mostly reptilians, were allowed in and began manipulating the human DNA for their own purposes, allowed in a free will zone. They blended DNA from evolving Homo sapiens with reptilian forms plus the original human etheric genes. The genome had great promise, but portions of the genetic code were modified further or simply switched off, i.e. junk DNA. All humans are hybrids of both human and ET genetics. Come ascension, disruptive forces are being made to leave Earth. Humans become sovereign free thinkers again, and the path back to Source Creator begins with humans coming back into their abilities whilst creating a new Earth in terms of systems and consciousness. And there we have it, part 2, the Creator Source big picture variation of Ascension, not just the Earth perspective. So I wouldn't say it was easy. I never said it'd be easy to swallow, but there you have the whole thing. Part 1 from the Earth perspective, part 2 from the God Creator Source galactic perspective. So we got the small perspective and the huge perspective, but you now have it all. I love you.